have a really special next piece for you. I like to think of myself as a patron of the arts, but I was not aware we had a state poet laureate until social media began circulating a poem about and for Elijah McClain. And then I started following our state poet laureate. His name is Bobby LeFebre. And I thought he would be an excellent resource for us for a commission. And I reached out to him, and my goal was simply to have a poem that reflected children's voices, because even the greatest oral literature isn't always spoken from the voice of a child. And in order to do that, Bobby came to each of our ensembles as we met virtually last school year, and he wrote us a beautiful poem called We Are the Ones. And I'd like to bring him to the stage now to read for you.
How is everyone? Hello, hello. How are you? Give it up one more time for the youth. Give it up for the incredible educators that work with the youth to put on the show. I am so happy to be here, blessed to be here as your state's poet laureate, and even more blessed to have been able to work with these young folks to build the next song that you will hear. I'm going to share a poem that's dedicated to these young folks. When we come together like this, in music and in arts and in culture, we're doing it more than just for a concert. This is really ritual, and this is for anyone who is an artist, who shares themselves creatively. This is an exercise in ritual. We gather here together in this sacred circle like we always have. Here, around this fire that has always burned. The same fire that lives in our bellies and makes an inferno of our hearts. This spirit we summon, this beauty we conjure, this inventiveness we invoke. What is a vessel but a carrier of the covenant, a transmitter of quintessence, a conduit of culture? Come and meet us at this place where ritual is given a body, where ceremony is given a face, where our existence transfigures into a song we warble in unison. For he who sharpens his imagination is a visionary. She who gives shape to intuition is a prophet. They who hold mortality beseech the immortal. Look at what we are building together. We, the masons of reimagining, the architects of metamorphosis, the repositories of our collective consciousness. Blessed be the makers, the ones who set themselves ablaze willingly to warm the masses, the ones who traverse the unknown, giving life to the unseen. Join us as we turn ourselves inside out to watch as we illuminate what kindles inside our bones, these places where we find and lose ourselves at the same time. These messages we devise with purpose, these aesthetics we mold from the supple clay of our minds. Join us at these holy places of abandon, these playgrounds of ingeniousness, these geneses of more inspired tomorrows. For who does not admire a flower unfolding? Who does not feel the warmth of the sun shining boldly upon their face? Whose feet do not move at the coaxing of the drum sound? Here, where we live, boundaries and the impossible do not have a name. Here, fear and failure suffocate under the weight of creation. Here, convention is an earth-covered tombstone rotting in the wind. Come and meet us at a new juncture where expression devoid of consciousness is merely decoration, where art is an insistent incubator for justice, where equity and access are an altar we decorate with the flowers of promise and purpose. For what is it to highlight the margins but an attempt to balance the scales? What is a raised fist but a war cry in the language of the purposely silenced? What is dissent but an innate aversion to the confines of the status quo? Art and culture is a communal land that does not know borders, a common language we are all born speaking fluently, a right that has been paraded around is a privilege for far too long. Come and help us rip the esoteric from the sky. Let our hands reach for the stars, grasp them, and share their tangible glow with anyone drawn to their light. And here, we we will all shine and wander together. Here, we will eradicate all of the man-made borders we impose upon one another. This beautiful burden we carry, this responsibility tethered to our pens, paint, pirouettes, percussion, and performance, this work, this digging, these hands unearthing the truth, this joy, this beauty, these songs, these testaments, these heirlooms, these markers of humanity that remind us that we are here, that we are alive, that we always have been, and that we always will be. Thank you. soul. Use the wind from fluttering butterflies' wings to dry your tears. They will teach you our metamorphosis is possible. Sing songs in the tune of hope. Write love letters to the fallen stars that have granted your wishes. Try counting beauty marks instead of scars. Dream in miracles. I think we all can agree we need them. Tomorrow is drowning in the sins of yesterday, relying on these prayers to serve as a life preserver. I spoke to a wilting flower this morning. He told me he was withering away because rumor had it that love on earth was dissipating, and all he ever wanted was to be the reason for a gift, to be given over as an offering. Maybe all we need is a little convincing, something or someone to bloom for, to show our petals to. You are all flowers waiting for someone to listen. Shout until they hear you. Bloom, beautiful.